I've got a lot of chopped cilantro here. I'm going to make some Pico De Gallo. A couple ways to do that. There's going to be some fresh tomato. I use Romas, some yellow onion or white onion, and some serrano peppers. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to throw these on the flame over here for a little bit. Kind of have to keep an eye on them. You will smell them. They'll start to cook. You might even hear some popping. That's the seeds inside. Just put those right on the flame. Have to keep an eye on those. Yeah. Real quick, I cleaned off my onion, cut it in half, as you can see. I took the outer skin. That's like this. It's kind of like a tissue paper. You want to get rid of that. Cut off both ends, kind of like we did before with our other onion on another show. But the difference with this is the way I'm going to cut it. I'm going to make like 1/4-inch pieces here, like slices down this way, across the onion. Kind of hold it together. If you have to come back across, a little cilantro on there. Don't worry about that. Won't hurt. We're mixing it together anyway. Okay, now I've got all those vertical cuts. That way, I'm going to go horizontal to it, and now watch what happens. And that way you get nice pieces of onion chopped like that. Okay? I don't want too much mix here. Throw that into my pan over here with some other diced tomato and stuff. I'm going to watch my mix. I'm going to do about a 50-50 of onion and tomato. I'm going to do this tomato kind of similarly. I have pico on my hand. Let's keep an eye on my peppers. They're getting dark. Look at that. See? We're getting a little bit of roast to them. Nice. No panic. Check that out. You can smell that smokiness now. Man, that's good tasty. Put it on that side. Get a little more. Hear those peppers inside? Popping away. Okay, come on over here. I want to take a look at this, because this is how I'm going to trim off the end. You got that little belly button there? You see that? Let's take that off. But you don't have to waste what's on the outside of it. You just come around it real nice and easy. Although you want kind of uniform pieces, these are just going to mix into the pico. You'll never know it's there, and that way you're not wasting too much. So we'll throw that in the bowl. Again, cut this down across. Nice, do it like this way. See how it's got a divider in the middle? I'm going to cut it right where it tells me, right down the middle. Okay, nice. Same kind of process, nice sharp knife, hold it together, make some 1/4-inch cuts, and bring it back and go horizontal. Nice uniform pieces. Use your knife to kind of carry it over, and don't be afraid to get some of that juice on there too. Just be careful whenever you're holding your knife. You know, there's a sharp blade there. And we'll do this one too. Nice cuts. I'm trying to let you see what I'm doing there. Maybe you can see through my hands. Holding it together, being careful not to go too fast. I'm sure you could put this in a automatic, as seen on TV, chopper and do it faster. Part of the fun is the creation, you know. All right, we're going to pull these little serranos off the grill. They're warm and hot. I'll let them cool for just a second. We're going to cut them. This is part of that Bandera green, remember? Bandera means flag. Now, you can use the whole thing and just cut it up if you like. A lot of people do, but I will tell you that's going to make a lot hotter salsa. See all those seeds in there? We're going to pull those out. Let's get those out. If you have a few, it's okay, but just so you know, that's going to be awful hot. And more hot than I like it to be, but you can, if you were here, you could smell this and it's just wonderful. Okay, we got the seeds off of there. We're going to take those out of there too so they don't get in there. Chop these up. It's okay to have them a little chunky. I mean, like I said, if you get a seed or two in there, it is going to add some heat, but not too much. Roasting them tends to give you just a different flavor. For Pico de Gallo, you do not have to roast them. Okay. Just so you know, I do realize I have jalapeno, or excuse me, serrano pepper oil on top of my grill, on top of my cutting board there. I'm going to squeeze some lime juice in there. Pico is just a chunky salsa. I want to keep that there for a second. I've got a special technique I wanted to show you. Something fun I do with Pico de Gallo because I like the flavor of lime. Lots of lime juice. This is going to act as a preservative too. It's going to keep everything nice and fresh. The acid. Now here's one thing I do. I don't have a zester, but guess what you can use instead? Your fancy little cheese grater with your little fine edge. Now you don't want to go too far to the white because that's going to be really bitter. Just a little bit of the outside. Not much coming through. I'm going to have to scrape it off of there. Just add a little bit of that zest into there. Just a little bit. Do another one. Keep moving around. If you were here, you could smell the lime, you could smell that roasted serrano, and it would be stimulating your taste buds. Again, you want to see how I'm not going all the way too far down there, just enough to get a little green in there. Okay, there. I could taste that and see if I need more. Again, I'll put a little cumin. I like it that way. You don't have to add cumin. That is not traditional. Basically, from there, it's just salt and pepper. Pepper, whoops. Stir it up. Get a little more of my cilantro. This is very aromatic, which means you can smell it. All right, I've got this pretty well stirred up. Let's give it a little taste. Great flavor, really fresh.